My name is Anne. I'm 29 years old. My husband's name is Tom. He's 31. We live in a small, cozy apartment with a balcony full of flowers. Our life is peaceful and happy. I work as an artist and paint pictures for a small gallery. Tom is a chef at a big hotel in the city. His job makes him work late at night sometimes. I miss him when he's working, but I know he loves what he does. He always brings me dessert from the hotel when he comes home. We drink tea and talk about our day. I feel safe with him. I feel loved. I thought we would travel the world together one day. I thought I knew everything about him, but I was wrong. I remember that night clearly. It was a Saturday. We were in the kitchen. I was cleaning after dinner. Tom was already asleep on the sofa. He was very tired after a long day at the restaurant. I finished cleaning and went to turn off the lights. Then his phone started buzzing. That was strange. Why was it buzzing so late? It was almost 11 p.m. I thought maybe his boss was sending an order for a special cake. I didn't want to wake him up. He looked so tired. I picked up the phone and saw a new message. It was from an unknown email address. Should I open it? Maybe it was about work. I tapped the message. "Hello," I said. There was no answer. Then a man's voice began to speak. I didn't know him. He sounded angry and upset. "Tom, is that you, Tom?" he asked. His voice was full of stress. My heart started to beat fast. "No, this is his wife, Anne," I said. "He's resting. Is everything okay?" There was a pause. "His wife," he repeated, sounding shocked. Then his voice became urgent. "Please, I need to talk to him. It's about the money for the bakery. The rent is late. The landlord said he will close the shop if we don't pay today. Please wake him up." I couldn't breathe. The money for the bakery? What bakery? Tom worked at a hotel. We didn't own a bakery. I thought maybe I heard wrong. This had to be a mistake, a terrible mistake. I think you have the wrong number," I said. "No," he replied. "This is Tom's phone, right? Tom Miller." "Yes," I said. My hands were shaking. "Then please," he said, almost crying. "I don't know who you are, but I need my partner. My business needs its owner. Please let me talk to him." My business, his partner, our bakery. The words repeated in my head. They didn't make sense. "Okay," I said softly. I don't know why I said it. Then I ended the call. I looked at the man sleeping on the sofa. My husband, Tom. He looked the same, but now he felt like a stranger. Who was this man? That bakery, that business partner, that other life. I sat there for a long time. I couldn't move. I just stared at him, the man I loved, the man I trusted with my whole life. My perfect life was a lie, a big, ugly lie. Tears fell from my eyes. I remembered all the times he said he was working late, the times he took calls outside, the times he came home looking tired and stressed. I always thought it was about the hotel. I never ever thought something was wrong. How could I have been so blind, so foolish? I knew I couldn't just sit there. I had to know the truth. I needed to hear it from him. Tom, I said, Tom, wake up. He opened his eyes, looking sleepy. Anne, what's wrong? Is everything okay? He asked. Your phone buzzed, I said. I read the message. His face changed. My phone, he asked. What was it? Was it from the hotel? No, I said. It wasn't from the hotel. It was from a man. He said the bakery's rent is late. He said he's your business partner. He called you the owner. He looked scared. He didn't say anything. He just stared at me. Tom, I said again, what bakery? Who is that man? Anne, it must be a mistake, a wrong message. You were probably half asleep, he said. Don't lie to me, I said. Don't you dare lie to me now. He knew your name. He said you were the owner. He called you his partner. He said you have a business together. His eyes filled with guilt. He knew he couldn't lie anymore. Anne, he said softly, I'm so sorry. I never wanted you to find out like this. Find out what? I asked, even though I already knew. I just needed to hear him say it. It's true, he said. I have another business. Its name is the Cozy Bakery, and the man you spoke to is my partner, Mark. Mark is like a brother to me. The world stopped. My heart broke. How? I said. It's complicated, he said. Complicated? I said. You lied to me every single day for years. You have a whole other business. That's not complicated, Tom. That's a secret. He said, I started the bakery with Mark before I met you. It was a long time ago. We were together for a short time. Then we went our separate ways. I moved here for work. A few months later, he called me. He told me the bakery was failing. I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I was young. I started sending him money. I went to help sometimes to save the bakery. But I was afraid. I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell my friends. Then I met you, Anne. and I fell in love with you. I really did. You are everything I ever wanted. You made me so happy. I wanted to build a real life with you. I thought I could protect you from it. Protect me, I said. You didn't protect me. You lied to me. You built our entire marriage on a lie. Our home, our love. Was any of it real? Yes, he said. Everything with you was real, Anne. I love you. I love you more than anything. The bakery, that was a mistake I made long ago. You are my life. I laughed. Your life? What about his life? Does he know about me? Does he think he's your only partner? Your business partner? My husband's secret business? No, he said. He doesn't know about you. He thinks my work at the hotel requires me to travel all the time. I thought about Mark, the man who had called. He was worried about his failing business and was calling for his partner. I felt sorry for him. You need to go, I said. What? He asked. The bakery is in trouble, Tom, I said. It needs its owner. You need to go to them. Anne, please, he said, don't do this. We can talk about this. We can fix it. Fix this, I said. There is nothing to fix, Tom. It's broken. You broke it. Now go. He knew I was serious. He got up from the sofa and put his phone in his bag. His hands were shaking. He looked lost. Anne, I'm so sorry, he said again and again, his eyes full of tears. I said nothing. I just sat on the sofa and watched him. He stood at the front door and said, I love you one last time. Then he turned and left. I heard the front door open and close, and then there was only silence. I was alone. I cried and cried until I had no tears left. The apartment felt very quiet after Tom left. The silence was full of sadness, anger, and broken dreams. For many weeks, Anne felt like she was not really living. She walked through her home like a ghost. She could still smell Tom's cooking in the air. It reminded her of everything she lost. Tom kept calling and sending messages. He said sorry again and again. Anne, please, I'm really sorry. I sold my part of the bakery. I just want to come home. He even sent photos to show he really left the bakery and ended things with Mark. But Anne didn't answer. She was still too hurt. His lies had broken her trust. One morning, Anne heard a knock at the door. Her heart started beating fast. She opened the door slowly. It was Tom. But this time he didn't bring dessert. He was holding wild flowers, the same kind that grew in the park where they had their first picnic. I didn't come to ask for anything, Tom said. His voice was shaking. I just wanted to see you and tell you how much I miss you. I know I broke your trust. I will spend the rest of my life trying to fix that. I sold the bakery. I talked to Mark. He's very angry, but he understands. Now the bakery is his, and I'm free from the secret. Anne's heart hurt. She wanted to believe him, but she was scared. The fear felt heavy in her chest. I don't know, Tom, she said softly. I don't know if I can ever forget what you did. He moved a little closer, but didn't touch her. I understand. I'm not asking you to forget. I just want to start again, but this time with no lies. Do you remember when we said we would travel the world together? I found a job on a cruise ship. I'll still cook, but this job lets me travel. We can still live that dream. Anne's eyes filled with tears. That was their dream, the one she thought was gone. Why now? She asked, her voice breaking. Because I love you, Anne, he said. That dream was real for me. Our love was real. I just made a big mistake by hiding the truth, and I'm sorry. Anne didn't forgive him right away. It took many months. They had hard talks. She made him explain everything about Mark, the bakery, and why he kept it all a secret. She learned about his fears and mistakes. Slowly, the wall around her heart started to come down. She saw that even though he had lied, his love was true. They later moved to a new apartment. They wanted to leave the old one and its sad memories behind. The new home had empty walls, and Anne started painting again, filling the space with her art. One evening, Tom came home from his new job. He was holding 2 tickets. Our first trip, he said with a hopeful smile. Just like we planned before. Anne looked at the tickets, then at Tom. She smiled, really smiled for the first time in a long while. I'm ready, she said. The lie was part of their past. It had hurt them, but they got through it. Now, their future was built on honesty and trust, and this time they were ready to face it together.